here you have police which is lined up here at one of the base camps, which is the first junction really before you reach Pamba. There are around 500 police personnel here, including women police personnel, journalists, women journalists, all of them are present here. In fact, this is a place where devotees were stopping all of the women journalists. They were not allowing women journalists to go forward. The devotees, the protesting devotees, were stopping cars, buses, and even getting women off. There was a woman who was roughed up, and that's a report that we had brought to you. So those devotees have been evicted from here. This area has been cleared according to police. The police has also said that they will not be allowed to gather at either Nilakil or, for that matter, Pamba. That is not going to be tolerated. So they are saying there's going to be freedom of movement. Devotees who want to go ahead, women journalists who want to go ahead will have the freedom. Let me also give you another stark scene. This is a camp of protesters. In fact, this is where yesterday there were several protesting devotees who had gathered here. There were pujas, there were prayers, songs happening. People had gathered, and there were all kinds of things happening here. But now you see police presence, women police that have been lined up. If my camera person can pan and show a little ahead, a little uphill, you can see some locals who have really gathered. Those are the protesters, the protesting devotees who have been moved from this area. They are not being allowed to gather anywhere around. So that's the sense and an important thing to bring to you from Nilakil. This is around 18 to 20 kilometers away from Pamba, which is traditional, which otherwise used to be the cutoff point in terms of women between 10 to 50 years of age would not be allowed to go further from that point. And today, as at 3 p.m., as the trek to the Sabarimala shrine is allowed, women devotees of all age groups can take that trek to Sabarimala. It's going to be absolutely unprecedented as that happens. So while heavy police presence is there at Nilakil, we're also being told that there's heavy police deployment even at Pamba. In total, around 1,000 police personnel have been deployed at this point. There are senior police officials who are present here, as well as who are on their way, including the Inspector General of Police. So this is perhaps a strong message which now finally is being given out by the state government. Yesterday, Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan had clearly said that there will not, nobody will be allowed to stop vehicles, to check people, to get women off. That is not going to be tolerated. Law and order will not be allowed to be taken into their hands. But it's today really that this kind of a strong message is being translated onto the ground, and picture what's seen here absolutely clear as heavy police deployment is really the reality right now, Sonal.
Sneha, if I understand you correctly, there is a front line of women constables which has been formed to ensure that their safety, any woman who's been stopped, their safety is taken into account. The other is that all the protesters have been cornered into this one place so that they do not come in and interfere. We do not know at this point whether or not, so it looks like that the police has taken a lesson from what happened last evening and they have beefed up security. My question is this: do you have some people, some women from Kerala who are today willing to go up and take that trek up there? Or is it largely because of the violence, people have not turned up in greater numbers because there will be fear of safety, etc. So people have not turned up at all, or are they devotees lining up?
So, what's important, Sonal, at this point is that the trek itself is going to be opened up at 3 p.m. and the temple is scheduled to open at 5 p.m. So it's only after that we will be able to get a sense of whether devotees are really coming in. It's only by afternoon or so that that picture will really get clear. But there have been people who have been telling us that they are willing to go for the trek. They want to go, but definitely they are not certain whether this situation in terms of how it's the first time there are protests which are happening. So whether they would want to go at this point or not definitely remains a concern. Law and order, which now seems to be under control, was not something that will happen yesterday. So whether devotees will turn up or not is something that we'll have to see perhaps till afternoon. There were, and also important points on this to mention is it's at Pamba and Nilakal that women police personnel have been deployed. There's also the Sannidhanam, which is actually where the temple is after the uphill climb. At that area, for now, women police personnel have not been deployed. And police, according to police officials, the reason for that essentially is because it would depend whether women devotees are coming forward. If women devotees are coming forward and there is requirement, there will be further deployment at Sannidhanam.
I also, Sneha, as you speak, we're also showing our viewers the route map, exactly where all is the base camp, where the checks are in place, where security is in place. And that's the map on your screen right now from Pampa all the way to Sabarimala. That's 4.6 kilometers long trek that devotees have to take. Before that, there are two other base camps, and one of them, Nilakal, is where Sneha is right now. What I also find interesting, and if we can get Sneha back on that one, is the fact that women cops are going up there. And they are not fearing, they are okay, and the people there are okay with having women cops up front, because that's clear. That means that even women journalists can go on, take that trek up to Pampa, and so can devotees as well.
Well, the message from the state government was absolutely clear that they will do everything to ensure that the law and order situation is under control, and they will facilitate any devotee who wants to go up and take part of the ritual. So that kind of a message was completely clear from the state government. As a backup to that is where women police officials, police personnel are being deployed at various places. Now, there have been certain reports which have emerged that some women police personnel have, said that they're not comfortable being posted at Sannidhanam, but that's not really the official line. The official line of the police is, as and when there is requirement, there will be deployment of women police personnel wherever it is required. And their target really is to ensure that devotees are safe, and they will be able to go wherever they want to go, right up till Sabarimala, which is absolutely unprecedented when it does happen today. And there will be policewomen who will be deployed all through the course as and when the requirement is. For now, right where the temple is, women police personnel have not been deployed because they are still expecting women devotees to turn up in the afternoon, and according to which there will be deployment there. But Sabarimala itself has has a large team of police personnel who have been deployed, women as well as men, and depending upon that, depending upon the need, they will be moved around.